Okay. And I'm just gonna, so I get a good recording. Sorry. Yay, we made it. I'm so excited. Thank you. I am on this path to introduce you to some of the most amazing people that I have the opportunity to work with, and that are on a mission to help some of these incredible messages, products, and services get out to the masses. Today, I am interviewing my dear friend, recent dear friend over the last couple of years, and special guest Kristy Boyd Johnson. She is, I'm sorry, Kristy, I just have to say, well, first off, those of you listening, you want to stay here because we're going to be sharing some tips, tools, and we have some giveaways that we'll be talking about. But I just have to brag on this girl for a moment, because last year was our 7th Media Magic Sales and Marketing Intensive, well, earlier this year. And when we got there, we had so many attendees, way more attendees than we expected. And last minute, I was like, I need help, Kristy. And I'm kind of messaging her, hey, Kristy, we need some mentors. Can you chime in? And because I'd worked with her, with Juliet Clark, and some of her expertise in copywriting and book development and anything book and writing and storytelling, she is the diva, and she chimed in. And I have to tell you, Kristy, I had such great feedback from the attendees that had the chance to work with you, your heart, your wisdom, your passion. And so thank you so much, first of all, for jumping in last minute. And I know, like, you paid to participate, like you truly volunteered and contributed. And so this year I wanted to make it official that you come in as a mentor, and that we do this interview so people could get to know who's there to play with. So I wanted to thank you. What was that like on the receiving end? You seemed just like, you were smiling and ready to go.
Oh, I have to say that my whole life, I've joked that flexible is my middle name, because I've had everything I have done in my life, I've had to shift fast from one thing to the next. And I was a teacher, and in a classroom, you are like this, here. And it's just like, okay, let's just do it. And yes. The participants were so wonderful. It was so easy to just have fun and help them, put things together and see what they were thinking and hear their ideas. It was so much fun. I just thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Yeah, well, it was such a great asset. I'm so glad that you're committed to coming back to MediaMagicBootcamp.com January 19th and 20th. So Kristy has ghostwritten over 35 books. So before I read any further, just so that you guys know, that's a pretty massive undertaking, because really you're meeting with authors and you've got to not only tell their story, but maintain, I know for Kristy, it's important to you to maintain their voice, maintain their authenticity, be compelling. So 35 books. She's also helped entrepreneurs as a developmental book editor. She holds a MFA. What does MFA stand for? I should ask.
It's a Master of Fine Arts.
Oh, sorry. Master of Fine Arts in Professional Screenwriting, and authored several children's books. So thank you.
Thank you.
So what got you so passionate about books?
Oh, gosh. Well, let's see. Let's start. As I was reading by age 3. My mom said my first word was actually book. The only time I would cuddle with her was when I wanted her to read. I'd bring her a book and cuddle with her, and then I would make her go away. So books, I've loved stories since literally childhood, and got interested in writing them when I started teaching, because the kids, I would make up stories just kind of on the fly, and the kids they started begging me for stories. So I thought maybe I should learn how to do this. Writing for children is quite different than writing for adults. So it is a definite different skill set than writing a nonfiction book or an adult fiction book. So that was that was an adventure. And then word got out. I'm sorry.
No. I was just going to say, I hope that's in your power bio. I didn't see that. Read the first, sorry, we work on your expert power bio at this event. And so I always am looking for those little gems. And sometimes when you're a writer, right? Like sometimes we need a person to go, girl, that needs to be in your power bio. I started reading books at 3 years old. Okay, keep going. Go ahead. Sorry.
I did. I have a picture of me somewhere that my dad took of me reading. And I thought I was 4, but my mom said I was 3. So but anyway, so word got out that I was writing, and so I started ghostwriting to supplement my teaching income. And most people that were coming to me were entrepreneurs in some way or an expert in some way who wanted to help by putting a book out that would help. I worked with special ed teachers, I worked with chiropractors, I worked with a whole bunch of different financial planners, wellness people who do wellness and alternative health and all kinds of interesting energy healing, all kinds of really, really interesting things.
And I know in that industry, they do need somebody such as you to be that bridge, right? I know when I coach them, it's like, okay, there's a different language, there's a different construct. And so to be able to be that bridge with our words is of value. Can you tell us a little bit about your children's books? Because it never really clicked, but until you said it. I mean, I know it makes sense, but if you are doing work with children and books, that's a different developmental process, right?
It is. It seems it's deceptively simple. It seems so simple. Now, the basic structure is the same for fiction. It doesn't matter what age group you're writing for, but depending on what age group you're targeting, the languaging has to be completely different. And when we're talking, once picture books that are typically read by the parents, you can use words. Kids pick up words so fast. They learn everything you say, they hear. So, but they're not going to read them themselves. So when you get into the young, where you're teaching the foundational skills, you have to be so, like, that's why Dr. Seuss was so phenomenal, because it was totally phonetic word families and the kids could pick it up and be very successful and start putting the reading skills together. So, and then when you get to the upper grades, then you have to really have the story that captures them, and without, preaching or anything like that. It has to be fun story or mystery or ghosts or funny or
adventure.
Adventure,
Oh my
exactly.
goodness. I remember one of our meetings, and I was telling you about my son, and you gave us great books for his age group, and it was really wonderful to hear. And I know this is a little sidebar, those of you that are watching, as we're talking today about media magic and how we can support people getting their message out to the masses, whether it be through a book or through press release or getting radio or speaking gigs, events. There's lots of ways of getting out there, but a book is, I mean, it's pretty remarkable business tool and one of the best ways to get out there. But you can probably hear another passion that Kristy has. And I know this is off topic, but oh my gosh, this woman started the Barefoot Learning Club when she saw this big shift happening in the world and been in the public education system and knowing a lot of people are moving to the homeschool and this paradigm shift. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because I love, every time I talk to him, I'm like, oh my gosh, you have so many layers of knowledge and wisdom for not only the children, but parents.
Oh, I'm so excited about this because for years, I know a lot of people are becoming aware now how trapped teachers feel, because teachers are literally caught between the students and their parents and the system. And there's, a lot about, and then they're not paid well, et cetera, and so forth. But for the kids, my struggle has been watching them systematically take away the things that make them successful And kids will always internalize that and make it, I don't get it, so I must be stupid. And it's not them. And so we developed the Barefoot Learning Club to help homeschooling parents manage it. It is not moving school into your living room. It is not a 7-hour day, and it is not sitting and watching videos and then filling out paperwork. It is very interactive. It's fun. It's play-based learning combined with academic learning. So our focus is pre-K to 3rd grade, because we want to give kids that solid foundation that is essential for everything in reading, writing, and math. And then once they're there, you can do anything you want with them. They can learn anything. So it's really teaching them how to think instead of what to think.
Wow.
So yeah, it's very, and it doesn't matter what level someone's working at. So I had a student who, this kid, he was 6. I was teaching him to read. He had another tutor that was working with him that was doing calculus with him. He was 6. He was a little math genius, but he couldn't read. We had to teach him that. And I had to convince him that he needed it.
It's like, I got it all. I got the numbers.
Yeah. So it was totally doable that way. So the kids who want to zoom ahead can zoom ahead. Kids who need to slow down can slow down because it's natural. It's natural pacing instead of force. And it's just working really, really well.
It's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, you've participated in Media Magic as a participant too. And so what was one of the takeaways that you got as a participant? I told her when she got on here, I go, I hope it's okay. I'm just going to wing it to that. I love these. Yeah. So what was your biggest takeaway as a participant? Because you actually came to this for the Barefoot Learning Club, and then some of the copywriting. What would you share?
As a participant, the value that I got from it it helped me take my business to another level. And just the contacts that I made, people who got very excited about my idea and wanted to help. And then the next week I was on call after call after call. And it was I just felt so supported and encouraged. And I wasn't in this alone. I don't have to do this alone. And I think that's a hard thing, especially for writers, because writing is isolating. And you're just there, you and your computer or your pad and pen, however you write. And it can feel like, you're sitting in a corner all by yourself. So it's good to have that help. That's one of the things I so love about book coaching, is that I get them on a call with me every week. And then when they are melting down, I can get them over that and get them through it, make them understand part of the process and everything. And then when they come out of it, they end up with a product that they feel so good about and so confident in, and help them build their businesses. Because that's what really, that's our tribe, is we help each other. We're in it. We're serving, and we're serving. That's what service is. Everybody helps each other. It's a win-win for everybody concerned. The clients, the participants, the mentors, everybody gets a win out of it.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I know the excitement that people had, and a lot of it is, what I love about you is that you have such, 30 plus years veteran teacher, right? Like that piece, and your love of children, and then the place and the relationship that you have with words and storytelling. And my son, my older son, came to me recently, and he was like, he was saying, like, philosophers are really the historians, and now we're moving into these storytelling comedians. Like, this is one of the most important things, is that we have these stories be told and continue to tell. And as soon as you mentioned the breakdown and breakthrough that you get to provide, that loving support, I was thinking of the birth canal. And I know when I first did my book, I also hired a mentor who's a dear friend, and he he was so kind. Kristy, I don't know if you've heard this story, but I had the opportunity to speak in front of 500 people, and I knew I needed a book. I just kept, I'm like, okay, if I have a book, this is going to be monumental. And I think I had like less than 90 days to get it done. And I remember going, hey, I want to hire you on, I want you to help me. And he had never had anybody get it done that quickly. This was like 14, 15 years ago. He's like, I'd never had anybody get done this quickly, but he never told me. Right. He just showed up and supported me and kept going. And I have to tell you, I remember like it was the last day I could order the books and get it uploaded and get it printed before I could get a rapid shipment in time for the event. And it was Super Bowl Sunday, and we're at my friend's house and everybody's there. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I got to be working on this. And it kept kicking back and and the format and all of this stuff. And I'm just like, okay, breathe deeply. Okay, I'm in the birth canal right now. And that's what you were saying. I was like, it is literally like giving birth. If you're a woman and you're a mom, you can relate to this. It's like you're incubating, it's can be fun and easy, but then there's more pressure. You're feeling weight, it's kicking, right? It's in your tummy kicking. And then all of a sudden you're giving birth, and it's, it can be a pressure cooker, right?
Yes. Yes, that's when you call your coach and say, what is this? They talk you off the ledge.
Yeah. Well, and I look back and I'm like, working with somebody like you saved me time, saved me money. And I don't know about those that are listening right now, but, and it may just be my personality type, but I work so much better when there's somebody by my side cheering me on, saying, oh, go here, don't go there. Right. And like, I would rather pay to have somebody help me than crash and burn. I probably would have quit, really. You know what I mean? Kristy, do you feel like you meet people that give up and gave up and
Oh, yes. They see what happens is experts are experts for a reason. And they have so much information that they decide they want to write a book. And the first mistake they make is trying to put all of the things they know into one book. That's a boo-boo. You can't possibly put all the things you know into one book. So working with the book coach, we help you focus. Who are you talking to? That's the big thing. And let's pick one topic area that this book focuses on. In my early days, I worked with a special ed teacher who was a trainer of special ed teachers. So she was like above me I was a special ed teacher. She was above me. And she was amazing, but we had to decide between, is she talking to other people like her who are at her level? Is she talking to special ed teachers like me? Is she talking to regular classroom teachers, or is she talking to parents? Because that determined how she could language in her book. Wow. She could not talk to parents the way she would talk to a special ed teacher. You can't do it. So that right there. And then we narrowed the focus generally from learning disabilities, which is a huge topic, down to dyslexia. And then it was so good. It really helped a lot of people. But that's a really key thing for your right now today that everybody listening can do. If you're going to write a book, decide who you're talking to. That determines your language, and focus your topic on one key area. And a tip to figure out that key area is, what question do your clients ask you all the time? What are you always answering? Start there. That's the biggie.
That's awesome. Thank you. I was just going to say, is there any other mistakes that people need to know? Like that, what you just gave some powerful gems.
Yeah. The biggest thing is, this is what I always tell my authors. The process of writing that book is about you. But the book itself is about your reader and the transformation that you can help them get in their life, the problem you can solve in their life. So the book itself has to be focused on the reader and what they can do right now to fix whatever problem is in their head that they're reading your book for. And if you do that, they look you up when they'll go, that financial planner, that book helped me. I made changes that have made a positive impact in my life. Now I need more. oh, who's the author? I'm going to look her up. So that's the biggest thing of all, is you have to solve a problem, and it has to be all about the reader.
It has to be about yeah. What's in it for them?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, that's awesome. And that's so great, because when I know for me, we get really close to our stuff. And that's, I mean, for me, I think a big mistake people make is doing things alone. Don't do it alone.
Don't do it alone. I have to tell you, the fastest I ever did a book was 2 months.
Oh,
he had a deadline to Juliet. They called me on January 1st. And Juliet said, I have to have this finished manuscript by March 1st. That is the absolute latest cutoff. And I'm going, oh.
And you did it.
We did it. He had huge motivation, and his book is doing really, really well. So, yeah, that was pretty fast. We worked together every single day, which normally that's not realistic. But in his case, he had no choice.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So that's what we did.
Yeah, I imagine and that's what's good, is when we find that place that motivates us. It's like, okay, what's that date? What's that time? What's that piece that we can get it done? Oh my goodness. So I just want to do a quick highlight of how people can connect with you at Media Magic, because what we do is different than any other event. We really create a space where this is a working meeting. This is not a lecture and learn. So what's so powerful is if you have a book or you're thinking about a book and you get in here, we help you create your press kit within 48 hours or less. That's our goal. And so when you get in here and as you're working on things, you can like raise your hand and say, hey, I want to meet with Kristy, and get put into a separate room where you guys can meet and explore and connect and have her look at what you're doing. We also have the media coming, so you get to learn directly from them. The whole thing is about how to get pitched, sales, marketing, but you get to hear directly from them and get their contact information and be able to pitch and share that. But the other piece is at the end of the event, if you upgrade, and I have a little Poochie that my daughter's here, and I've had friends go, did you get a dog? No, I got a daughter and a dog, which is so beautiful. When we have a VIP and an elite. And so if you upgrade to VIP, we do VIP lunches. Now it's a virtual event. People are like, how do you do VIP lunches? We take a break for a few minutes, you go get your lunch, you come back, and you can actually pick to have lunch with Kristy, and which is so awesome, because then you get that attention not only from her, but also the other people that are having lunch with her. Kristy, you highlighted something that I don't know if people realize, but you said you had a lot of support. Didn't it feel like you got to meet almost everybody?
I did. Yes. And maybe one exception. One person I didn't personally meet, but we talked in the regular meeting. But it was phenomenal, and I love that everybody was very open about how to reach them, and they were inviting you to come and meet with them. Here's my calendar. Make an appointment. Come and talk to me. Let's talk privately. It's such an open and inviting feeling, as opposed to sitting in a room of 1,000 people and nobody cares who you are. You're just watching some body on the stage yakking to a microphone. It's not like that at all. It's very interactive and very pleasant. And the day goes so fast. It's like, wait, it's over already?
Yeah, I had people actually get on there and they were like, oh my gosh, I need to change. Because a lot of people are right now used to the virtual events where they multitask, and this is not a multitasking event. You can try it, but like I said, people are writing me, they're like, I booked appointments and I need to cancel them. I'll be back in 5 minutes, because we start out each day where we work on your elevator pitch. So you're working in various rooms with various people that could be your clients, that could be your affiliates, that could be your cheerleaders, your support team. So we really set it up so that you get a chance to meet individuals. But with Kristy, you could have lunch with her after the event. The VIPs and the elites, you get to pick any mentor that you want to do one-on-one sessions. So we really invite you to connect. And if you have a book, you definitely want to be at this this event, or if you have a dream of a book, because we have this is general for anybody, but we do have some phenomenal experts that have gotten people to bestsellers that like you, Kristy, where you help speak in a language that can convert to clients and customers.
Yes, I can. I'm pretty good at helping an author right up front pretty quickly get their focused idea. So if you have lunch with me and you have an idea for a book, we can work on that. And I work with Juliet Clark. She's a phenomenal publisher and does amazing work, helps authors get bestseller all the time. And we worked a lot together. So we know each other quite well. And so I'll give putting a good word. Yes, that's right.
And she's actually our keynote talking about LinkedIn and managing that platform. She's got a unique spin. I had somebody say, send me a message the other day going, isn't LinkedIn turning into a lot of LinkedIn experts that are teaching you how to use LinkedIn to make more? I mean, it was really funny what they were saying. Juliet, I consider a LinkedIn expert, but that's not her specialty. She's a platform builder. So building that audience and what she's sharing, I'm so excited because I've seen her personally and many other individuals get out there and grow their reach in a big way. You are giving away, all of our mentors give away a gift. We have virtual swag bags. You have this book development checklist. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's a simple checklist to help you plan and strategize how to put your book together. And so it goes through the stages from idea to what you do when you've got it done. And it just gives a good overview for you so that you understand the process better. And also I'd let you know, Juliet has if you go to breakthroughauthormagazine.com on LinkedIn, Juliet, we put out a magazine every month. It's a virtual, it's free. You just sign up for it, and I write an article for it every month. Mine is more focused on the writing, but we have social media and everything experts. But that's Juliet's going to be talking at Media Magic, and you want to know Juliet. Definitely.
Yes, you do. Yeah,
so
go ahead. No, you keep.
I'm sorry, I interrupted. The checklist is just a real handy little guide to help you figure out how to what stages you need to go through and in what order you need to go through them.
Yeah. I love your articles. I actually get to be a contributing author too.
Right.
And I really love that even if you're not an author and you're in marketing, these tools, a lot of them are universal, right? You just got to put a different spin on it. But what you contribute is really powerful. If you go to breakthroughauthormagazine.com, she's got a free subscription right now. Definitely get it. So I can't wait to get your checklist. I know we're working on gathering mentors gifts now, but not only do you have the chance of all of the wonderful things with participating, but I think last year we had probably $3,000 to $4,000 in giveaway items for individuals that attended from you guys, which was wonderful.
Yeah, there's some goodies. I think goodies coming your way for the participants. So that's a good thing.
Yes. So any other final remarks, and how would somebody get a hold of you if they wanted to connect prior?
You can find me on LinkedIn, Kristy Boyd Johnson. You can find me on Facebook, same name. Or on my education website, barefootlearningclub.com, you can email me through the website too, and it comes directly to me. So any of those will work. And if you can request my calendar, and if you want to make an appointment and talk to me as a one-on-one, I'm definitely not a pressure. You've got to buy from me person. I'm let's have a conversation and get to know each other, and so I'm open to that. If anybody has a book idea they want to talk over, let's talk.
Yeah, I remember our first meeting. I was like, Juliet introduced us. I was like, oh, I met my sister. We just talked about all kinds of things. It was Really wonderful. And you also do retreats. So there's a lot of, yeah, Kristy's somebody that you want to know. Definitely go to her LinkedIn, Kristy Boyd Johnson, and go to MediaMagicBootcamp.com, grab your ticket. You do have an option with the VIP also to bring a guest. So you get an extra guest ticket, and we'd love to see you there, help you get your press kit done in 48 hours or less. Go ahead.
I would like to say that last year's winner, Denise, the winner of which prize did she win?
She actually won the Ropert, I think it's a legacy award. I have to look that up real quick, but yes, go ahead while I'm looking it up.
Oh, well, she's one of my clients. I worked with her on her book. So amazing book. And Juliet published it. So
yeah,
I was so happy when she won.
I'm so glad that you brought that up, because that's one of the other, let me just mention this since you gave a little plug in there. So we gave away 2 awards. She won the Geo Roper Award of Excellence, Denise Schad. And Denise is, oh my gosh, she's just absolutely
she's amazing.
Yeah. And then we gave the Ropert Legacy Award to David Dunworth. So what Geo Ropert was this, let me just screen share real quick. Geo Ropert was this incredible human being who, since the inception of Media Magic and the Business Acceleration Network, would come to the events, would help co-MC, would help bring in the media. He was a big media guru also. And we had so much fun together because I teach a different style. He teaches AP style. And I'm like, hey, I remember one time on stage, he's like, I don't know if that, this is the proper format. And the audience is watching this, Kristy. And I'm like, honey, I've gotten millions of dollars in free press with this format. And I started showing him all the places, and he's like, okay, I guess it works. So we would banter and have fun. And he's just been he was a dear friend. Well, he passed away in 2020, and we wanted to keep his legacy alive. And so Denise won the participant award. So this was something where the participants selected the greatest transformation. And David is somebody we look for leaders, and this is actually an open award where we're starting the nominations here shortly, where we look for people that have that commitment to help growing business. I'm looking at the press release. I want to make sure I give Denise's information, deniseshadart.com. Tremendous courage, vulnerability, contribution to other participants. She was really just remarkable in what she was doing. And then David, let me just see what I've got here about David. So this award is, they love helping others grow professionally and personally, committed to assisting others in leading a fruitful and prosperous life, just like Geo. So we love identifying, looking for those leaders. And as you can see, these award winners, part of the benefits, they got major media, like we got them at AP News and Fox. And so we took this opportunity as a bonus to showcase them for what they were doing. And thank you for introducing Denise. She is...
I know. I love her. Yes.
Yeah. And Christmas gifts. Sorry, we got to give Denise a plug. She puts her artwork on blankets and mugs and notebooks
Pillows.
and pillows and and I actually had the opportunity. I don't know if you know this, Kristy, but I did a custom artwork with her where she reads your energy and does the healing artwork. You know about this. And so I have my artwork coming soon, which I'm so excited. So definitely check her out.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, she's beautiful. So MediaMagicBootcamp.com, come play with this beautiful community. Kristy, thank you for all that you do in the world. And thank you for being my friend.
Oh, right back at you, sister. This is
and every time I talk to you, my brain goes, I need to sign up for this homeschool thing. I'm feel a little overwhelmed. Maybe we can talk about this, because I found a homeschool pod. I am doing some homeschool stuff, but every time I talk to you, my heart's like, oh my gosh, you have a way with kids and a way with education. And it really is, I feel, this new paradigm. And really, it's not new. This is getting back to you correct me if I'm wrong, the basics. We've been really, and I'm going to use the word indoctrinated on how we're to teach our kids, and they become robots.
Yeah.
Right.
Education's has become a political football, and I am so against. I don't care what anyone politically believes. Using children as a political football is just not okay. And so, yeah, our whole thing is we give them the foundation, and it's how to learn, not forget the indoctrination.
Yeah. Not what to learn, it's how to learn.
How to learn.
Yeah,
right.
I have to say, Kristy, and I shared this with you before, my greatest thing, because I have a 23, 24-year-old, and I always wanted to homeschool, but I thought I can't do it because I'm working a business, and a lot of it would be at home. And then with COVID, it was the greatest blessing because I was forced to do it. And then I realized how much more he's learning.
Yeah.
Like you can go down rabbit holes that are just, and it's not, okay, we're done with this subject. Now we got to move on to the next one. It's like, he loves learning. He loves reading. He's read Harry Potter series 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she said, kids they always say, I hate school. They never say, I hate learning. And that hit me really hard. I'm like, and I know why.
Wow.
and so this, homeschooling, it's much easier than people think it is. And it's just not taking school and putting it in your living room. It's just not that. It can be, but that's not the most effective way to do it. And it's not a 7-hour day, because you lose all of the time that's wasted in a classroom.
Yeah.
I had a classroom at one point. I had 50 students. 50.
No, that should be illegal. I'm sorry.
I know.
This is a college where they're, they can be adults.
Yeah. And I spent the vast majority of my time dealing with the 4 big behavior problems in the room, because I was stopping them from hitting other students or punching them or knocking them off their chairs, or any of the other number of violent things that I had to deal with all the time. So what do you think? The part where I was getting to teach was not happening too much until I kind of threw the book out the window and said, I'm going to do it my own way. And I started engaging them in my own way. And then I had them. I had 50 kids having a great time.
Yes, on the edge of their seats.
Yeah. And then I thought, call to the principal's office almost every Friday at 4:00. That's always the sign that you're in trouble. Hand slap. I'm like, you can slap my hand all you want. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Oh, I love you. You are a trailblazer. Thank you for all you do.
So are you.
I got to get you on my podcast, where I think I told you I'm doing the Blazing Trails and Making Names podcast. It's in the pre-piece. So I'd love to get you on, and we talk all about kids and parenting and education. So I'll make sure the team sends you a link to get interviewed, and it would be really fun.
Yes, so fun. I'm there.
All right, Kristy, thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Please reach out to Kristy, follow her on LinkedIn, and see you at the 8th Media Magic Bootcamp. Bye for now.
Bye.
All right, let me stop.